I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a man on his 8th NFL team, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and the Miami Dolphins, as they take on last year's #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield, and the upstart Cleveland Browns. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that time.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What are you talking about? I'm playing it. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Go, go! 54. Check, 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 check.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he's got his guys set up great now. First and goal, and the Pigskin at the 7-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's Fitzpatrick, and this is complete. It's Allen. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on third and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
On second down, it's Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Pistol. Real.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception. interception he had that ended their last drive. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
180.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Well, they held them out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal.
Alert 3, alert 3. Regular. Smooth.
Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down.
Point it right. Hey, alert.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach, only 7 starts. But now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities a season ago. 9 touchdowns, 5 through the air, and 4 on the ground. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. Blitz coming, and down he goes. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a second down coming up. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well. But that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Hey, color.
Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And Wilson has it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. On the left side, this is Stills. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it's 3rd and 5.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield, the Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield on play action. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mayfield down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you press it a little bit. This might be the case.
First down, Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only and the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for him really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. Over the middle to Beckham. He's at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 84 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him in football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joe Schobert leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. And throw right side complete to Parker. So you want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded at the 2. Touchdown, Browns. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
What an explosive kickoff return from the 2 all the way to the end zone. A 98-yard return for 6. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Counter play, Drake. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Tackle made there by Mason Foster. They'll run again with Hunt. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he hits Drake. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Kenyon Drake, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Browns' drive about to get started, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. This is Hunt. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Mayfield finding Beckham, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 4-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. On second down at 4, Mayfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. On first down, Hunt. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Now Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Fitzpatrick. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Fitzpatrick to throw for it on fourth down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it here with Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On third down, here's Hunt. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Sets him up nicely, first and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Kiko Alonso leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? Another thing that always hits me is, are they worried about...
This is picked up by the Browns, and they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
20. Here we go.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 yards on the pickup there. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them, and plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Miami, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.